Now we're turning our attention to the 12th Defence Expo, which is taking place in Gandhinagar in Gujarat. The Prime Minister has once again pushed for indigenization of the defence sector. The Defexpo, for the first time, is hosting only Indian manufacturers. India, of course, aiming to push exports to African as well as Indian Ocean region nations. This is what we heard from the Prime Minister say, what he had to say when he was making that speech at the Defexpo.
डिफेंस सप्लाई के क्षेत्र में कुछ एक कंपनियों की जो मोनोपोली चलती है, वे किसी को घुसने ही नहीं देते थे, लेकिन भारत ने हिम्मत करके अपनी जगह बना ली है। आज दुनिया के लिए भारत के नौजवानों का एक कौशल एक विकल्प बन करके उभर रहा है दोस्तों।
So that's what the Prime Minister said in his speech in Gandhinagar at the Expo. And this, of course, is a big push as we see it towards Aatmanirbharta when it comes to the defense manufacturing ability of the country. The Prime Minister has also unveiled, while he was there, the HTT-40 aircraft. It's developed by Hindustan Aeronautics. The training aircraft has state-of-the-art contemporary systems. It has been designed with pilot-friendly features, as we understand. It has, of course, been domestically developed. Over 60% are in-house parts, and they've done this in collaboration with private industry. My colleague at Times Network, Shivani, has been at the Expo, and she's told us a little bit more about this aircraft. Here's her report.
Minister Narendra Modi has launched HTT-40 from Defence Expo, Gujarat, while he was inaugurating formally this expo. And this is the Hindustan Turbo Trainer 40 that was required for training of our budding pilots. And this is indigenous, and it has many significant, unique features. And to talk more about this HTT-40, I have with me Mr. Amardeep, who's going to tell us more about this. Sir, why is this so special and it was required from where?
And basically, we have first level of training with Air Force. So they are using HPT-32 aircraft, Deepak. So now we are replacing with this HTT-40. So in this, almost 70% is Indian content. And we have a special feature in that one. We have used the latest avionics.
All right, that's one example of what is being showcased at the Expo. But in toto, in terms of India's push towards turning India into a defense manufacturing hub, how far have we really come? Strategic and defense expert K.K. Sinha is joining us on this edition of India Tonight. Great to have you with us this evening, Mr. Sinha. You know, in 2014, if we turn back time, when the Prime Minister came to power, he emphasized on building everything from mobile phones to fighter jets in India to generate jobs and to reduce those all-important outflows of foreign exchange. In your understanding, beyond the clarion call for Aatmanirbharta and perhaps some amount of rhetoric on that count as well, how far has India come in its attempt to build on its strengths as a defense manufacturing hub?
I think India has taken a great leap. It is not that we have just stepped in. We have taken a leap. I think it is unprecedented. I say with confidence, just because of in defense manufacturing sector, everything is numbered. Ranking is there. See, in ranking, it is a global ranking, and you understand that it is a very, very challenging field, and this ranking doesn't get you. India was, we are importing thing. We were second after Saudi Arabia. About 80% of the things that we imported. Now it is the first time, after say about 8 years or so, when we started in a real way to go in that directions. It was a jerky start, but lot of innovation, lot of thinking, lot of brainstorming has been done. When we are saying a different ecosystem which has got Aatmanirbharta, indigenization, and then import substitute, when we are talking about, see, it has been very systematically taken, Vikram. Defense corridor, two of them, and one is UP and one in Chennai. That was one aspect of it. And then, the way we approach that, earlier it was transfer of technology was the approach. We are trying to get a, cutting edge technology from abroad and trying to have some way, to catch up with the latest weapon and equipment. Now it is overall change. It is a sea change, research and development. when we say DDD based approach, it's a total shift. No one can think, I have been there, very long, over 40 years. And, last my assignment in a very high level, I was there in procurement and seen about 80% of the weapon equipment because I was the ADG Infantry, Director General of Infantry, where we're getting all this equipment.
Right.
But, there is a sea change. When we say that we have got 1,340 Indian company now into that, this race. We are also, a new thinking has come.
Yes.
We have targeted those, countries. Indian Ocean region, when we say we got it first, we got a pat when we were able to hit, when we get from Indonesia, when Philippines, when they go for the BrahMos. Now everyone is asking BrahMos.
Yes. So the capability in terms of innovation, Mr. Sinha, and obviously we're looking at the needs of the Indian forces. Are we producing enough in terms of what is required by our own forces? Is that sufficient at this stage? Because the government has changed rules. They've made it more difficult for the defense sector to import materials. Now you look at the possibilities, there is going to be some amount of teething trouble and there are certain needs of the forces. Are we able to produce enough before we start looking at exports?
Yeah. You see, in the beauty of Indian, defense is there that, the user, basically, all three services and other commands, space and cyber and things like that, we were very much part of it along with the DRDO. So, two lists were prepared, and this is called positive indigenization list. 2,850, items. No one can think, because I can say with the confidence, that we said, whatever may be, we will buy an Indian, and we have able to achieve 2,500 are already been achieved. Now the second list is out, where we say 107 strategic importance, platforms, which is a bigger one, which has got, generally we are looking forward to sixth generation onward, fifth and sixth, and even going to in certain seventh generation. Those 107 of them. But then when you take this, it includes, the items which is in a space domain. It is in a domain which is no one, like submarines we are talking about. We are taking aircraft carriers. Just we got our indigenous aircraft carrier just commissioned. You see, can you imagine? We have been taking, first Gorbachev was one of those things which we say Vikram, which came to us. It was discarded thing, which came from Russia. Before that, Elizabeth I, when we got the first aircraft carrier, it was discarded by UK. We got it, tried to do something. So those were the days. And now the leap is so fast that you just can't catch up it.
That's right. Yesterday and that's what I mean, because when it comes to innovation, and we talk about indigenization, at least the kind that is on display at the Defence Expo right now, I'm wondering what you're seeing, where we are building our core strengths in defense manufacturing, because we are still pretty much at a nascent stage. When you think of creating a core, because that sometimes is the key to develop something that has a strong base. Do you see that happening? Where do you see us focusing more over other verticals in the defense manufacturing space?
See, when you're talking about which verticals, see, we are going and we are looking for, where we had the strength. It started with the missile, the missile because, Abdul Kalam, and that who was our president, he was able to push and give a vision and a very confidence that we will. And today we are in that field, I think the cheapest, most reliable, and in all weather and in a most advanced one. From there we started. Then, when we talk about a light combat aircraft Tejas, now Americans are asking, Europeans are asking, can you imagine like this? Can you are able to, and this is what the Prime Minister was saying. Otherwise, Airbus, Lockheed Martin, and all this thing will never allow to even, come closer to you. Today, America is asking for Tejas. Now, Prachand, which is light, combat. See, these are the proofs, because no one has got that light helicopters, which can be. India is putting the satellites in one go, which is cheaper than, the movies which are made in Hollywood. It is all proof. The first time, 1.59 billion, dollar. That is the export we have done it. So export we were somewhere at 25th number. We have taken leap. We have come somewhere at 10th. The time is there, and that's why your economy, which was in 6th position, has gone to 5th. You guys are expert, but
Right.
those $5 trillion economy, or
Yes.
people
So
are
you're
talking
saying
about
that
8
this
trillion.
would be a significant contributor in times to come, and we are on the right path. Mr. Sinha, it's a pleasure getting your perspective on this, and we hope to connect with you much more on defense-related matters in future editions of the show. But thanks very much for joining us this evening.
Thank you, Vikram.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, very